Hey guys, today in Art Club with Miss Burford, we'll be creating a God's Eye. You will need 2 lollipop sticks, a glue gun, some wool in a variety of colours, pom-poms and some ribbon. For your prep, you need to create a cross using your lollipop sticks and gluing them in the centre with a hot glue gun. You can use PVA, but obviously it'll take a lot longer and you'll need to leave it to dry overnight. But you'll need to do 1 cross per child so that you are ready to start the lesson. For a class of 26 children, this took me about 15-20 minutes. Holding your cross at an angle so it looks like a multiplication sign rather than an adding sign, you're going to hold your thread with one hand and then wrap it towards you around the centre of the cross so you get 2 bands of wool, and then you're going to twist it just once and then wrap again another 2 times so it creates a cross over your cross, if that makes sense. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated until you get into the rhythm of things. So you're going to want to go around one of your lollipop sticks near the base of the cross. You want to go around behind the lollipop stick, and then when you get to the front you're going to twist your cross 90 degrees to the next lollipop stick, go around that lollipop stick. When you come to the front again, you're going to twist it again, and then on the next lollipop stick you're going to go around it and twist it again. If you listen to what I just said along with watching the video, it should make sense, and you just want to make sure that you keep building up this thread but make sure it doesn't overlap. So each time your thread is going around, you want it to sit next to the previous bit of thread rather than overlapping it, or you'll just end up with a big bulge in the middle of your cross. The last class that I did this with really loved it, and you had some children which of course struggled, but a lot of children found this really easy after a while, after learning the basics of going around and twisting, and they even came up with their own song or little rap which said around it and twist it, around it and twist it. So you could just hear the whole class singing this, which I didn't mind because they were working along with it, and also the ones which found it easier also helped out the ones which were struggling, which I found so lovely. When you're happy with the size of your centre of your God's Eye, then you can move on to your next colour. So this will be my second colour. 2 is a bare minimum for different colours that you'll want for your God's Eye. The guide that I gave the children at school, I gave them a guide of at least 3 colours so that we can see a variation of colour throughout the God's Eye. And you just literally want to tie the ends of the thread together and just obviously trim down your last thread. You don't want it to be too long, so you need to trim it and then add on your next one, just tie it together. You may need to help the children with this. We found this a little bit difficult and this was the most time consuming part of our lesson. And then you can continue where you left off with your pattern, your routine of going around the lollipop stick, twisting it to the next one, around that lollipop stick, twisting it, going on to the next one. Just continue that pattern and you will see that it will build up another layer going around, and it will automatically create this diamond shape, just in a different colour. And your thread colour will change seamlessly. Again, when you get to the end of this piece of thread that you've trimmed, you can then add on another colour and just keep going until you get to about a centimetre from the end of your lollipop sticks. So you will see that I've used 4 colours in total. I've done a yellow in the centre, 2 shades of green, and then I added some twine on the outside for that rustic brown, just to finish off the edge. And when you're finishing off your God's Eye, I keep wanting to call it a mandala, but it's not, it's a God's Eye. You just want to wrap it around that lollipop stick that you've just finished wrapping around. So do another layer of wrapping it around there, and then when it's around the front of your God's Eye, thread it through the section of that colour that you've just used. So you'll thread it through from the front to the back, and then you can secure it in place with a bit of hot glue at the back. Just see what I mean on the video. The best bit to finish this thread on is by gluing it to the centre of the cross where you started from, so it's on those lollipop sticks, so you have a nice firm base for your thread or your wool to attach to. So just add a blob of hot glue and hold it in place there for a minute, and it will secure it. Trim off any excess thread or wool as well. When you flip over your God's eye, you just need to check that it's nice and neat from the front. I couldn't see where I threaded my bit of twine back through, so that was good. If you could tell, then you might need to quickly undo it before that glue dries and just redo it. But now we can go on to adding our bit of ribbon. I tried to suggest to children to choose a colour that matches with their design, so just when it's hanging up it finishes off the look. But you just want to add a blob of glue to one of those lollipop sticks, and that's going to be your top hanging piece. So just add a blob of glue, add a bit of ribbon, and add another blob of glue just to attach those pieces of ribbon together. And now for the finishing touches. You don't have to do this, this is an optional extra. I just think that the pom-poms finish it off. I asked the children to choose 4 pom-poms. The colours of their choice. They can either choose 4 different colours, they can choose all the same, or 2 different colours, so they have opposite sides with the same colour. But just get them to bring them up to you. You glue gun the lollipop sticks, and then they can stick on the pom-poms. And if they're old enough, and if your school allows it, then the older ones could glue it themselves under supervision. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more art lessons like this every week and other art related content every now and then. See you next week for more Art Club with Miss Burford.